Bruce Lee's legendary one-inch punch. The science and mastery. Behind his power, Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist, was known for his incredible speed, strength, and precision. One of his most famous techniques, the one-inch punch, stunned the world with its sheer power despite the minimal movement involved. This punch wasn't just a display of physical strength. It was a demonstration of biomechanics, explosive energy, and years of dedicated training. The origins of the one-inch punch. Bruce Lee developed the one-inch punch through his deep study of martial arts, particularly Wing Chun, a Chinese martial art focused on close-range combat. He refined this technique by integrating elements of physics, body mechanics, and his personal philosophy of efficiency in motion. The one-inch punch was a testament to his belief that power comes from technique and speed rather than brute force. By mastering the ability to generate force in a short distance, he proved that efficiency and control could overcome sheer physical strength. How it works. The science behind the punch. 1. Kinetic chain activation. Bruce Lee's punch didn't just come from his arm. It started from his feet. He used a kinetic chain by transferring energy from his legs through his core and finally into his fist. This allowed him to generate maximum force in an instant. 2. Explosive speed. One of the key factors behind his power was his extraordinary speed. Studies suggest Bruce Lee's hand speed was around 5 punches per second, making it difficult for opponents to react. 3. Wrist alignment and precision. His wrist and fist were perfectly aligned to maximize the impact, ensuring that all the energy was transferred to the target without any loss of force. 4. Jin, explosive energy release. Bruce Lee borrowed principles from Chinese martial arts, particularly the concept of Jin, which focuses on delivering power in a sudden burst. This allowed him to generate a massive amount of force without needing a full wind-up. Core strength and tension. Control, high rock-solid core, and ability to contract and release muscles in milliseconds allowed him to create explosive force without excessive movement. Demonstrations and legacy. 1 of the most famous demonstrations of the one-inch punch took place in 1967 at the Long Beach International Karate Championships, where Bruce Lee knocked back a much larger opponent with a short-range punch, sending him flying into a chair several feet away. Even today, martial artists and scientists study the one-inch punch to understand the mechanics of generating maximum force with minimal movement. Modern research has even suggested that his punch was comparable to the force generated in a car crash. Conclusion: more than just a punch. The one-inch punch was more than just a martial arts technique. It was a perfect blend of physics, biomechanics, and Bruce Lee's philosophy of efficiency, speed, and precision. It symbolized his belief that skill and technique could overcome raw strength. His legacy continues to inspire martial artists, athletes, and scientists, proving that true power lies not in how far you wind up, but in how well you control your energy. Would you like this adapted for a video script or article format? Bruce Lee's one-inch punch, the ultimate display of power and precision. Bruce Lee was more than just a martial artist. He was a revolutionary force who changed the way people understood strength, speed, and technique. Among his many incredible feats, one stands out as the ultimate display of power packed into a single moment: the one-inch punch. This move, which allowed him to send opponents flying with almost no visible wind-up, wasn't just a trick or gimmick. It was a carefully developed technique that combined physics, biomechanics, and explosive energy, proving that true power comes not from brute strength, but from precision, efficiency, and mastery of movement. Origins: the birth of a devastating striker. Bruce Lee's martial arts background was deeply rooted in Wing Chun, a Chinese fighting style that emphasizes close-range combat. However, his approach to martial arts was never limited to one style. He constantly refined and adapted techniques, breaking away from tradition to develop his own philosophy. Jeet Kune Do, the one-inch punch, emerged from Lee's relentless pursuit of efficiency in combat. He believed that a fighter shouldn't waste energy on unnecessary movements. Instead, he focused on maximum impact with minimal effort, making the one-inch punch the perfect embodiment of this principle. The science behind the one-inch punch. What made Bruce Lee's one-inch punch so powerful? It wasn't just about arm strength. It was about using the entire body in perfect harmony. Ground force and kinetic chain. Lee's punch didn't originate from his arm. It started from his feet. By planting his feet firmly, he harnessed ground force, which traveled up through his legs, rotated through his hips and core, and finally exploded out through his arm in a lightning-fast motion. Explosive muscle contraction. Bruce Lee had an unmatched ability to contract and relax his muscles in milliseconds. This rapid activation of muscle fibers allowed him to unleash an extraordinary amount of force in a fraction of a second. 3. Speed over strength. Bruce Lee's speed was legendary. His reflexes and hand speed were so fast that slow-motion cameras were needed to capture his movements. This incredible speed meant that the impact of his punch happened before his opponent could even react. Precision and timing, unlike traditional punches that rely on a full-body follow-through, the one-inch punch required perfect alignment of the fist, wrist, and forearm. Any slight miscalculation would reduce its effectiveness. Lee's mastery of timing and precision ensured that every ounce of energy was transferred directly into his target. 5. Mental focus and breathing control. Bruce Lee understood that true power wasn't just physical, it was also mental. His ability to focus his mind, control his breathing, and generate internal energy, known as qi or chai in Chinese martial arts, played a crucial role in the success of his techniques. Famous demonstrations of the one-inch punch. The one-inch punch wasn't just theory. Bruce Lee demonstrated its effectiveness in front of live audiences multiple times. 1. 1967. Long Beach International Karate Championships. In one of the most famous moments of his career, Bruce Lee showcased his one-inch punch by sending a much larger opponent stumbling backward into a chair with seemingly no effort. The crowd was left in awe, unable to comprehend how such a small movement produced so much force. 2. Private demonstrations for celebrities and martial artists. Hollywood legends like Steve McQueen, James Coburn, and even basketball superstar Kareem Abdul-Jabbar witnessed Lee's skills firsthand. Many of them trained with him, recognizing his unparalleled ability to merge science with martial arts. 3. Scientific analysis of the one-inch punch. In recent years, scientists and biomechanics experts have studied Bruce Lee's punch to understand its mechanics. Studies suggest that his punch generated forces comparable to those in a car crash. The ability to produce that level of impact from such a short distance remains a marvel of human performance. The legacy of the one-inch punch. Bruce Lee's one-inch punch was more than just a martial arts technique. It was a symbol of mind over matter, skill over strength, and efficiency over excess. It demonstrated that true power doesn't come from how hard you try, but how well you control your energy. Even decades after his passing, Bruce Lee's teachings continue to inspire fighters, athletes, and martial artists worldwide. His legendary one-inch punch remains a benchmark of speed, power, and mastery, proving that the greatest force often comes from the smallest movement.